Story time of a minute. Hooray!
Hello. Bear does not like birthdays. He doesn't like parties or balloons or cards or candles. In fact, Bear does not like anything to do with birthdays at all. Bear would much rather spend his birthday alone cleaning his house. But Mouse, small and grey and bright-eyed, had other ideas. Let's read. A birthday for Bear. Swish, swish, swish. Bear dusted his shelves. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Bear swept his floor. He was very, very busy today. Bear was always very, very busy on his birthday. He heard a tap, tap, tapping on his front door. He opened the door, and there was Mouse, small and grey and bright-eyed. "Happy birthday, Bear!" cried Mouse. "It's not my birthday," lied Bear. "But it says so right here," said Mouse, waving a party invitation. "Let me see that," demanded Bear. He peered at the card. It read, "Dear Mouse, come to Bear's birthday party at Bear's house today. Balloons and presents and birthday cake." "This is your handwriting," protested Bear. "You wrote it." "Did I?" asked Mouse most innocently. "Yes," said Bear. He sounded quite certain. Mouse hung his head. "Shameful trickery," he confessed. "Terribly sorry. But perhaps we could have just a little birthday party." "I do not like parties. I do not like birthdays. And I especially do not like birthday parties for me at my house," Bear announced, and he swept Mouse out the door. Slop, slop, slop. Bear mopped the hallway. He heard a tap, tap, tapping on his back door. He opened the door, and there stood a tiny delivery man holding 3 red balloons. "Happy birthday balloons for a Mr. Bear," announced the delivery man. Bear narrowed his eyes. "You are not a delivery man. You are Mouse. I can see your tail," declared Bear, pointing an accusing claw. Mouse hung his head. "Deepest apologies," he said. "But surely you would like just one balloon? It bats about quite nicely." "I do not like balloons. I do not like parties. And I do not like birthdays," said Bear. He shut the back door with a firm bang. Slosh, slosh, slosh. Bear scrubbed the counters and washed the dishes. He heard a rap, rap, rapping on his kitchen window. Bear opened his window. There stood a little postman holding a bright red envelope. "A birthday greeting for Bear," said the postman, reading the envelope. Bear crossed his arms. "You are not the postman. You are Mouse," cried Bear. "I can see your ears." "Appalling behaviour," Mouse started to say, but Bear slammed the shutters. Squidgety, squidgety, squidgety. Bear polished his living room clock. What a very, very busy day he was having. Bear pricked up his ears. There was a scritch, scritch, scratching sound coming from his fireplace. Onto the hearth bounced a tiny Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho! cried the little Santa Claus. A Christmas present for Bear. Christmas already, thought Bear. He reached for the present, then snatched back his paw. Wait a minute, growled Bear. It's not Christmas, it's my birthday. You said it wasn't your birthday. The little Santa looked very pleased with himself. Bear glared. Well, you are not Santa, he shouted. You are Mouse. I can see your whiskers. Ah, you are too clever for me, Bear, Mouse admitted. But still, you must like birthday presents. Everyone likes a present. Bear pulled himself up to his full height and roared. I do not like presents. I do not like birthday cards. I do not like balloons. I do not like parties. I do not like birthdays. And look, you've scattered ashes all over my nice clean hearth. Bear trembled with anger. I am very, very, very busy today. It's quite a lovely present, Mouse said, and he sadly dragged it away. Bear scowled and wiped up the ashes from the hearth. No more mouse prints. Good. Bear's paw slowed to a stop. No one had ever given Bear a present before. Bear swallowed. He had noticed it was an especially big present too. He wondered what sort of especially big present it might be. Ding dong went the doorbell. Bear opened the door. There on the stoop was a pink box. You don't fool me, Mouse. I know you're in there, Bear cried, springing open the lid of the box. But inside was just a cake. A big cake with chocolate sprinkles and the words, Happy Birthday, Bear, in chocolate icing. I do not like birthday cake either, Bear announced loudly so Mouse could hear. Bear glared into the bushes, looked behind the door, peeked under the box. No postmen, no delivery men, no Santas, no mouse. Bear picked up the box and hurried to the kitchen. Bear glanced around, then lifted out the cake. He swiped a pawful of creamy icing and was just about to plop it in his mouth when out of the cake popped Mouse, small and grey and bright-eyed. Aha! cried Mouse. You do like birthday cake. Bear looked down at the chocolate cake with chocolate icing and chocolate sprinkles. I made it myself, added Mouse with an eager flick of his tail. No one had ever made Bear a birthday cake before. Even so, Bear started to say, "I am very, very busy today." But then he didn't. "Chocolate is my favorite," Bear admitted. Mouse flicked his tail and whisked out the door. Quick as a whisker, Mouse was back. He tied 3 red balloons to Bear's chair, plunked a sparkly birthday hat on Bear's head, and set the especially big present on Bear's lap. Bear lifted the lid from his present. Crickle, crackle, crinkle. He parted the crisp white paper. In the box nestled a pair of shiny red roller skates, just the right size for a bear. "Happy birthday!" cried Mouse. "Thank you, Mouse," said Bear gruffly. "I've always wanted a pair of shiny red roller skates." Bear cleared his throat. "Perhaps I don't mind birthdays after all." Then Bear cut a big slice of cake for himself and an especially big slice for Mouse. And Bear and Mouse ate the whole cake, every sprinkle and crumb. The end.